So let me share my screen in a bit. So as a designer, you are going to be needing, okay, there are different types of portfolio you can have, but the most popular ones we have are, we have, what's it called? We have Behance, right? So Behance is a popular designer website, right? Or designer portfolio website. So in Behance you can kind of up um upload your works, what you have done in the past as designer. First of all, you're going to have your account there. You create your account. After creating your account, then you can start uploading most of your works or your best works here, right? Then after uploading all those works, you can now maybe copy the link, paste it in your CV, or you get, if there's any link there, I'll always say, okay, I want to see some of your works, right? Rather than showing the person what's it called? Rather than getting pictures from your gallery, right? And then sending it to the person, or telling the person, hold on, let me pop up my gallery and then show you some of my works. You can just say, yeah, you can just send the person the link to your Behance website and say, hey, this is the link to my portfolio. Check it out and see some of my best works there. So one thing why this is better is, one, it looks professional. You look professional. And when you look professional, your clients are not going to take you as somebody that is cheap, or they're not going to, they're going to, in your communication with them, is going to feel more professional, and they will respect your decisions. Okay, when you guys are kind of maybe concluding on prices and all that, because of how you position yourself or how you place yourself, right, when you are communicating with them. So rather than maybe sending them a picture from your gallery and say, this is one of my works, and then they start have to looking at the image one after the other, you can just create a Behance profile. Then in your Behance profile, you can now place most of your works, your best works. Now in your Behance, it's not necessarily you adding all your works there, right? You can add all your works, it's fine, but I prefer to add my best works on my portfolio, my Behance portfolio. Now, if all your works are your best works, right, you can always add them, because you get people where they say they will create, after creating, you don't know, say, you know, somebody will create even better parts one way they don't create. So if that one is your best one, you can always add it there. Okay. So your your Behance profile is what you should have. Please reduce the volume of that, please. Now I'm going to show you my own portfolio on Behance, right? Now, when you come to Behance, this is how it looks, first of all, right? This is how Behance looks. Now, let's say you are a client. Let's position ourselves as a client, and you're looking for a designer to hire, and you come to Behance. Now, to hire for clients, maybe let's say you want to do a branding for your business, you can always come to this type on the Behance and you type branding. And then when you type branding, what it does, it's Behance will kind of select every project that is in Behance that has the tag branding on its name, right? They have all these things are called brandings, like and these are people's portfolio, right? Let's use this guy, Esco. Let's see what Esco has done. So now this is what Esco, okay, Esco, Enchanted by O. I think this is a home decor stuff also. Okay, I see. So this is what the person did. And let's say this Esco now is a client that came to the person that actually uploaded this work right here, right? And they say we want to maybe create a logo. We want you to create a logo for us, Esco, and then create a brand identity around that logo. Now after the person has created it and is now posting it on now posted it on, oh, this is nice. on his Behance profile, right? It all serves as evidence of the work that he has done. Now, let's say this particular person is approached by another client and say, "Hey, I want to see some of your works." Now, what he needs to do is just kind of send the client the link to this project or the link to his profile on Behance, right? Now, when the client says, the client says, "Oh, wow, this is nice." So on your profile, it's not just one project that you could see there, right? Let's use mine for example. So on my own profile on Behance, I have a couple projects up there. So a client comes up to me and say, "I want to see some of your works," and then a I send him my Behance link, right? So the client comes to my page. This is how the client will see my page. This is what he says, right? So now I classified it based on the type of design it is, right? So this first one is kind of a social media design. So when you click it up, when you open it, no, it's not open it. It is there. So when you open it, right, what you're going to be seeing here is social media designs are what's here, right? So this is kind of the one I did for Pinnacle Hub. It's more like a digital electronics store in Nigeria that deals on sales of gadgets and all that. So I created a lot of social media designs for the brand, right? So I what I did was I came to Behance, right? Created a section for social media design, and then now added the social media designs I have done for this particular brand that is called Pinnacle Hub, right? So if you keep scrolling, what you see here, social media designs for Pinnacle Hub, right, and nothing else. Now, it's weird because I think I did the brand identity for this Pinnacle, but I've not uploaded it to my Behance. That's what I'll do later. That reminds me, I'll do that later. So it looks weird that after uploading the social media design in this same section also I'll add the brand identity. So now it's too clustered, right? I would have the best way is to kind of separate it, right? One is for the social media and then is the other one is for the brand identity. Now the second one is social media posts, right? Social media, all of this is social media, this is social media. I have a couple brand identity. So this one is the brand identity I did for I think Catalytics. Catalytics, I think it's on Twitter. So it's a kind of a Web3 brand, right? That I did the branding for. I created the logo. Then after creating the logo, and then kind of did the brand identity around it. So Catalytics, a Web3 based brand that aims to build a driven platform that powers users, blah 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 blah. It's like I see this text I have that from the website where I copy this text. So this was the logo because the brand came up to me. I was like, we need a logo for our brand, right? So I kind of created the logo from their name, Catalytics, right? So I went before I created the logo, I did the research and found out that this brand is a brand that is kind of related to Jupe. I don't know if you guys know Jupe, this Web3 coin, Jupe on Twitter or Web3 space. So it's kind of related to it, and I found out, oh, so this is a something that is related to crypto, right? And then from their name was is Catalytics, and I found out that Jube it deals more with cats. So I feel that that's why they used the name Catalytics. I was like, okay, to keep it consistent, I'm also going to be doing their logo with the image of a cat or something that is related to a cat. So I kind of used the image of a cat, and then I kind of, if you look at the name generally, it sounds catalytic. It's like someone like an analytics, something like you're analyzing something and all that. So when you look at the description of the brand, it's a Web3 based brand that aims to build a driven platform that empowers users in the Solana and Jupiter ecosystem by providing clear, unbiased information. So what they are doing is providing information about maybe clients token or your token that are in their platforms, right? So that is kind of analyzing stuff. So I now kind of use this, what's it called? Pie chart. Is it pie chart? Yeah, I think it's pie chart. I use the pie chart for the eye. right? So to kind of symbolize that analytics that is in it, but still retains the face of the cat, which is cat, and then catalytics. So that was the idea behind this logo that I did for catalytics. Then this is kind of the the main logo for the brand, right? And this is the word mark for the brand. So still retaining that cat image, right? I kind of incorporated it into the name, right? Then we have the okay, this is where it explains the um the stuff, the pie chart depicts analysis, which is the core value of analytics. Then we have this the cat coming from the name catalytics, right? So we have the cat here and we have the pie chart. When you combine both of them, you get the face and then the eye, the pie chart has the eye. Okay. Now we have the color. So this is how your brand identity is supposed to look on your profile. You should state it, you should state the process, the case study, right, of how you came about the brand. So when you do it like this, it helps the client to understand the project itself, right? You cannot just come here, you cannot just come to you want to do a brand identity, or you want to post a brand identity about a project that you did on your Behance, and you just come and you just post the logo, you post the color palette that you used, and then just like that without explaining how you came about the logo. Because if you look here, you see that it explains how the logo came about, right? The feeling it gives and all that. So that is how you should be posting your works when you are trying to post it on your portfolio, so that when your clients look at it, they will say, okay, yeah, I understand this project because of how you explained it. So this is the color. So I think the initial color is a gradient, the primary color is a gradient. And then we have these guys, right? So okay, yeah, this is where I have the color. Okay, I combine these two colors to create the gradient, and then we have the other two, white and black, as the accent colors, right? Then we have a little bit of other stuff to complement the brand and all that. I think um okay, I think this was the image I used. This image here was the image of the cat I used, right, to get the actual logo for this, right? I got this image and then kind of did a little bit of sketching to get this particular image of the cat, right? Then I did a little bit of branding, did a little bit of t-shirt branding to show how the logo of the brand will look like on t-shirts, right? Both for the word mark and then for the icons and all that. Okay. Then a little bit of event branding, just in case they want to do something like an event and they don't have like a particular um, brief or something, they could always use this as an example. Not necessarily create something like this, but use it as an example. It's just to show how the brand will look like in real life when clients look at it from your website or from your portfolio. Okay. So I think this was the one I did. I think this in plenty. I don't even know say this in plenty, which like this. I have another one, right? So I have another one for Anne Cosmetics. Oh, okay. I already did this one for Anne Cosmetics. Hold on, let me open it. We did a project on this thing. Let me open up. I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to see it. I think I open the follow me play. So Anne Cosmetics, you guys already know what Anne Cosmetics is because that was the first brand identity project we did, right? Introducing a pioneering blah 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 and all that. So what you should be paying attention to here is how it was placed, right? The procedure of how I kind of came about placing the brand identity on my project, on my portfolio. Okay. So first of all, I started with creating the Anne Cosmetics with the maybe image of the model at the background, right? And then we proceed to creating a little bit of branding about it. So this is now the Anne Cosmetics on a background on a one of the color, but I think this is one of the accent colors, one of the color palettes, this and this also. So here now this explains the logo, right? The combination of why I used the A for the brand, and adding the style and all that. So that is really important when you are trying to upload a brand identity project on your website. You kind of have to explain what the logo is and how you came about it. So it's really important. And then this is the logo on different variations. I think this is the main logo, and this is the secondary logo. Yeah, this is the secondary logo. So all that is how you should. Then we have the typeface, right? The typeface that I use for the brand, I use Abraham and Clash Display. So Clash Display is kind of the body font, right? And Abraham is the header font. Okay. Then this is where I have the color palette. We have chestnut, copper, seashell, and then jet black, right? So you can just, these ones that I added here are not, it's not necessary to say you add them. If you just write, maybe state out your color and then write the color codes. The color code itself is already okay. The hex code, you don't really need to add all this chestnut, copper. You just to for the aesthetics, maybe like say, you get, it is not really necessary. So that is the colors, and then we have the logos on the different color palette backgrounds, right? Then we now have the mock-ups of how the brand will look like on different products, right? So this is how the color will look like, or how the product will look like on a, I think, cream tube, and this for this one also, right? For paper shopping bags, how the project will look, how the project, okay, this one is kind of like for a billboard or something. Then this is one again for another project, right? And then we have the logo variations. This is the tertiary logo, I think, primary and then secondary. Okay, and then okay, yeah, this is one of that view. This is too big. I wanted you guys to see it, but so this is one of the mock-ups that I did for the brand also. This is the bags and all that project overview. Okay, this is where the logo, the project overview, logo and typography, packaging design, digital presence. Now, packaging in branding, for example, I didn't explain this to you guys when we did branding. In branding, there's something that we call deliverables, right? Now, deliverables, let's say this. A client comes up to you, I want to brand identity on my project. You have already done the brand identity and everything. You've done the logo, you've created a few mock-ups, you've created how the project will look like in real life scenarios, right? Now, deliverables are what you send to the client or what the client will see on this brand and say, okay, this is nice. And these deliverables would include the logos, right? The logos in different variations, the logo in probably PNG formats, and the logos in JPEG formats, right? Now you have to upload these things in a kind of a folder, place them in a folder, and then probably upload them to a drive, right? And then this you can send it to the clients. Now, not just the logos in PNG and JPEG format. You can also add what's it called? A little bit of this, like all these mockups that I have here, right? So you add this to a folder and then you send. So it kind of shows the clients how the project would look like also on various products. Okay, so those are what we call deliverables. Deliverables are what you send to the client or what the client sees on the project that you are doing for them, and they say, okay, this is nice. Okay, so this is a couple. I think I even did a video for it. Never get everything I never do for this money. I swear. So this is one of our cosmetics. I have another one, brand identity, where I do here plenty. I have another one for T-Base Global. I have another one for T-Base Global. I have one for Irish Lounge, Chela, Luxury, and all that. Then we have, apart from that, we have the illustrations that I also did. So these are something that you can also add to your portfolio. As far as it's one of your best work, you can always add it to your portfolio, right? So this illustration, now you have to be careful with your naming. Let's vector illustration is what I use as naming of this, right? So let me open now. This guy doesn't want to open. There's another one here, John. This one not even be open for sale. The wine. Now wow. It's not open, you know. So we have these vector illustrations that I did here, and then we have some of the social media designs. So that is what Behance did. So I want to kind of create a new project to show you guys how it's done. So let's say you want to create you want to add a project to your portfolio, right? Hold on, let me see how many batteries this thing take. My battery don't die you. So you want to create a new project, you come to this place where you share work, and then you see project, build a complete case study and all that. So you click the first one. When you click the first one, you wait for it to load, because the gas load. If it doesn't load, it's not going to open. So when it loads up, you're going to have a section, like a whiteboard section. It's just empty. So now in this section is where you're going to be adding whatever. You can add image, text, photo grid, videos, audios, whatever you want to add. Let's say you want to add videos, want to add images, right? You want to add a couple social media. Let's say you want to do a social media, want to upload some social media content for a brand. Let me use this guy that I did. So I've not uploaded for this guy. So what I will do, I will just select the ones that I want to upload. Maybe some of the best works here. I will just select them, right? And then just okay, I have this guy too. And then when you have selected all of them, all you have to do is click open, right? When you click open, what it does is it's now loading. So it's going to just kind of load. So what you see here is that it's loading, it's kind of uploading the projects to your portfolio. Now in Behance, right? If you're uploading your project, it has a maximum limit of in dimensions. I think the maximum limit in dimensions is it 4,000 pixels? No, it's not for sorry. I think it's 1,400 pixels, right? The width, but the height can be as long as whatever you want it to be. But the width, it has to be 1,400. If it doesn't, it's going to kind of exceed the barrier, right? And then the size of your image that you're uploading in your portfolio, the size is not supposed to be, I think, more than 10 MB, maybe 20 MB. So the size is not supposed to be big. Highest is 10 MB. So I try to reduce my own to at least 5 MB in size when uploading, because if it's more than that, it's not going to upload. It's not going to upload. So all these things now has been uploaded, right? And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll come to this place, right? And then click continue. When I click continue, we have this. Now here is where you are now going to set the parameters for this project that you're trying to upload. First of all, we have the cover photo. Now this cover photo is what paid clients will see, the overview of the project, the image that they see before clicking the actual project or clicking to open it further, right? So this is where you can set your cover photo and then put something. Maybe you can use one of the projects here as your cover photo. These guys are too long. I don't know the ones that I even use as cover photo. I use this guy. I just use Assassin's Creed. Sure. Yeah, reduce it like this. Something like this, right? And then click Chrome. So this is now my cover photo. Now here is where you give it a title. So this is a social media design. So I'll just write social media design for the brand. So I think the name of the brand is Afro Panda, right? Afro Panda Esports. So now this second place where you wrote tag is really important. Now why it's important is because let's say another person who is looking for social media designs, he just comes to Behance and is looking for social media design projects, right? In this place, what you should be writing here is something that is related to the type of content that you're posting here. So social media design, what you should, if you quickly just type social media, it's gonna pop up a lot of content on social media. So you have social media posts, you have social media design. So I can add this guy, social media design. I can add social media posts. Social media posts. I can add, they see they even suggested tags where you have graphics design, you can add them graphics design and design branding, brand identity, social media and all that. So logo design, posts, advertising. So whichever one that you did. So now the reason why you add this stuff is because this will not show, it will not be visible on the project, right? But it's in the background. So what it does is that when a client clicks a project or is looking for social media design, what the algorithm on the platform, it kind of looks for any project that has the tag social media. Let's say the client typed social media design. Like we have social media design here, right? And the client types social media. What the algorithm does, it brings up every project that has this tag social media design on it. So definitely your own project is going to be coming up because it has the tag social media design. So it's kind of a way of bringing your project to the top so that client can also view it. Like if the client is also typing branding, right? Because of your tag has branding in it, it's also going to appear. Brand identity, whatever, as far as it's here, okay? And then we have this category. What category is it based on? We have, so because of the social media, you can just write graphics design, branding, since it's for a brand, and then you can add just any other one. But I think the maximum you can add here is 3. You can add 3. 3 is the highest. And then for these tags, the highest you can add here is the limit is 10. Then you can now add here the software that you use. Let's say you use Canva, you can add Canva. You can add Canva here. So you have Canva. You can add Photoshop. Right. Since I'm using Photoshop, I'm not using Canva. I'll just add Photoshop here. And then visibility, you can set the visibility to everybody or whoever wants it. But I think the best is visibility. And then the rest remain as it is. These ones you don't need to actually do it unless you have co-owners that you worked on that worked on you with the project. You can add them here, right? Then after that, you can just click publish. And when you click publish, your project is now publishing. And then we have your project is now live. Okay. So it's going to load to actually show you your project. So just hold on, let it load. So now you see that your name it has changed to social media design for Afro Panda Esports. So we have this, So these are all the projects for the brand. So there is no label. I see my network on the Migramo. So this is how it actually is for Behance, right? Now you want to copy. Now you want to copy your link. I think where do you even copy that link myself? Okay, there are some other things you can do in settings, Shai. There are some, you can now set your profile, right? Let's say you want to edit our profile. You come here, click edit profile info. So here you can add your basic information, all of it, headline, graphic design, brand identity, so micro design. You can replace your image, the image of what you want to add here, whichever one works. Okay. Then we have your work experience and every other thing. So you can add the links. Maybe let's say your Twitter, you want to add your Twitter, you can add your Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whichever one that you want to add. Right then about me, I've not even written all these things in my own. Then links and all that. Then okay, that's it for profile and all that. And that is for Behance, right? And now we have other portfolio design for designers. We have another one that is called Dribble, right? So this is another one that's called Dribble. So the difference is BBB. It has the triple B, Dribble. I don't really use Dribble because the thing when they do it for one kind, I don't even really understand them. So I just prefer to use Behance. So Behance kind of the top choice. Then we have this guy. So we have Dribble and then we have Behance, but Behance is kind of the top choices for designers, right? So we have Dribble just same as Behance. Sorry, yeah, same as Behance. Come here, upload your project and all that. You get, so that's how Behance works. And then now you can also, as a designer, you can have your own custom portfolio, right? You can just create your own custom portfolio. Maybe ask a designer, a developer to kind of create one for you, or you can just get a design template on on where is it called safe, or this WordPress, I think Squarespace or something, right? So all those ones are custom portfolios, but so you go pay ahead. But Behance and Dribble are free. You don't have to pay for anything. You just come there, you create your profile, upload your projects, and then you are good to go. Okay. And then there are other ones again that we have apart from these ones. You can use your Pinterest. My Pinterest is also kind of my portfolio, right? So in my Pinterest, I can go to you can upload your works on Pinterest also. So you come here. So these are the works that are uploaded on Pinterest. Okay, all these are the works that are uploaded on Pinterest. So it can also serve as your portfolio. Let's say somebody just comes to Pinterest and is searching, and then it comes across a particular project that you did on Pinterest. He clicks it, and when it opens, the person will see, okay, let me check these guys. Let me check this guy out. He comes and clicks your profile. When he clicks your profile, it takes him to here, and then you see most of the works that you have done. And then they kind of, okay, they want to talk to you. They can now maybe send you an email or send you a text message. So your Pinterest can also serve as a portfolio. Okay. And then we have our social media design, our social media platforms, right? Those ones are very much powerful also as serving as a portfolio design, a portfolio, right? Even though you don't have Behance, you don't have Dribble and all this, which are important that you should have, but let's say you don't have them, but you have a strong presence online, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, right? Clients can say, let me see some of them. You can just direct them to your Twitter page, right? And then they will see the works that you have done there. But for Twitter, maybe using your Twitter as your portfolio is more of for content writers, right? Because that is where they can write content and post on Twitter. But as a designer, a client needs to see a collection of the work, collection of your best work. So the best choice is send them a link to your Behance or send them a link to your Dribble profile or Pinterest profile, whichever one. Or you can even send them all of them, right? And then they check it out and say, okay, yeah, this guy is good. But your social media page also serves as your portfolio because people are watching, even if you might be posting and maybe not getting the likes or maybe getting the comments, but people they see what they do, they see and they just waiting for the right moment. You know, you don't even know how they will just come to you and be like, hey, I saw been seeing your works online. I want to work with you on this particular project, right? So you go like blessing said is just to keep showing up. Right? Even on your weekend days, nobody say you will post every day. You must not post every day, even if it's like 2 or 3 times a week. But at least in a week, make sure that you kind of post something on your social media platform, right? It still serves as you showing up. It's not more say you go to show up every day. Okay, so this class is going to be ending. So my system is already 23%. So that's it on getting portfolio ready. So please, if you have a question, right, let me hear them fast before my system go off and I will just stay stuck for inside here. So if you have a question, let me hear you guys. Nobody has a question.
Nobody has a
Really?
question. I have a question, but the question is not on what you talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was browsing through various fronts. I saw some that they wrote for private use, for commercial use. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
use
don't
two
know. I
devices.
use
I'm
one
hearing
device.
myself
I'm
from
hearing myself from. Yes, I'm using phone.
is there another device? I
Is there
mean,
another
could
device?
you
I
mute
mean,
some of
could
the
you
devices,
do
please?
this?
I'm hearing myself.
I'm hearing myself. Well, I've muted it.
Okay, so use yeah, there are personal phones and then there are
Plans and then
commercial phones.
commercial
In
in
for you to be able to access the actual really the font itself, you have to kind of buy it. So most of the fonts that you see on the fonts or some of these websites are fonts that are for just personal use, right? You can use them for your project or your personal projects, right? It's not something that you can just claim. It's not something that you can use and claim the authority of you that is you that created the project, that created the fonts. Now, if you want to claim ownership of it, you have to actually buy the font itself. So yes, there is font and then there is font. Fonts day, fonts gone day. So the original font is one that you're going to buy, but the ones that we see online are the ones that are already free. They have been already made free for personal use and all that. Okay. So yeah, when you see all those ones for personal use, you can use them, even commercial use. But if they tell you say you know if you use and say you go buy and leave and look for another font. So that's how I do my own. You understand? Do you understand, Favor, that asked the question?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Does any other person have a question?
Yes, it's me, Shadrach.
Yeah, sure. Right. Let's hear you.
Okay, so like I'm asking, are we going to have like a private section with you based on this kind of class, like building portfolio and how to get to clients and way to like slide into clients DM, that kind of stuff. Maybe it may not be part of the program, but if you can, you know, help us out.
Um, I don't know. Let's see. I don't. Maybe, if it be probably next week, because right now I'm not really available for that. But let's maybe next week, right? We'll see how we can work it out sometime next week. Just look for it there and then we can just go through it, how to get that and looking for the best way to get to clients and all that, or where to even find clients or job seeking websites and all that. You get. Well, yeah, that should be next week. Just remind me because I keep forget. But when we enter next week, just remind me. Okay.
Oh, okay, so
Mhm.
thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other question?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Miriam.
Please, for that private session, I would also love that too, because the last two classes have been like somehow for me, like not joining on time since I don't have phone now. I don't know whether if I'm back online, I can get to you so that I don't know.
Yeah, 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 it's possible. Just once you're settled, or if you have any issue, you let me know. But in private session, what do you want me to explain in the private session or something? I don't understand.
The last two class, I was just like checking them on YouTube because I do not really get everything from the classes. Even I
Yeah,
think the last class before this Monday one, I do not really know what they talked about plus everything. I've not really
yeah,
concentrated very well since I'm not having my own personal phone now.
yeah.
So,
S- So you want me to kind of brush you up on that and stuff?
yeah, something of that sort. Though I'm still trying to catch up from the YouTube classes, like the last one now, I understood some parts.
No wahala, no wahala. You're also going to just remind me so that we'll just brush you up on all that. Okay. Shey phone they use design, but
Sir?
his phone that you use in designing, but
Yes, yes, it's fun.
no wahala. Did you do the assignments I sent this week?
I've been trying to do it, but I've not finished. I'm almost done, and the phone is giving me problem, but I'm almost done.
No wahala. You know, saying that tomorrow it's still we just submit the
Yeah,
assignment. So you have
I'll
to
try and
finish
finish
it on
it
time.
today. Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
no problem. No problem. Any other question, guys?
So I want to ask concerning the dance platforms. When you are showing us most of your work, they fictional work or work you have really done for clients? Like, can we have fictional work for us that are just starting?
Okay, yeah. Hello, that one day now you can post you can just create fictional works. Right. For that and cosmetics, that one is a fictional it's a fictional project, you get. It's not something that I did for a client, right? The ones that I did for clients, yeah. T-based global, analytics, Irish lounge, Chela luxury, The only one that is even fictional here is that and cosmetics, but the rest are for fiction, actual brands. Okay, so you can upload, you can always upload fictional projects and all that. It's not necessary to say it's for a brand. You get,
No problem, sir.
yeah. Question don't finish. I still get battery, so my battery never die until you say it ahead. They will still ask me question. So if you have any other question, throw it at me. No other question. Okay. Madam Rafiu, thanks so much for everything. Yeah, thank you so much too for being here. I really appreciate you guys, Adams. You guys are the best. One of the best. Yeah. So, Josephine Chuku, you understood what we have been teaching since Samuel, Uche Emmanuel, and the rest.
Yes, sir. We have been following up, even though
What of
say
that? Yeah,
small.
even though say
As you not get laptop now, the thing see they do somehow, sha. So we just do something about it.
don't worry, don't worry. Everybody go do alright, don't worry. Eventually everybody's going to be fine. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. So I think that will wrap it up, right? Let me stop this streaming first. All right. So that will wrap it up for the graphics design session of the GIDA Bootcamp. Oh God.